Sometimes weird-looking animals are discovered in nature or created in labs by mad scientists. Whichever it is, most of them arouse our curiosity. Have you ever heard of the Giant Wetapunga? Or have you seen a human-faced goat before? If you're curious and you want to meet some odd-looking creatures, stay tuned as we count down 15 animals that are born only once in 1,000 years.
Better known as the giant Japanese salamander, one of the largest salamanders in the world.
Number 15. Two-headed snakes. A snake breeder in Florida got a 2-for-1 deal with the newest offspring of his beloved boa constrictor, when one of the snakes was born with 2 heads, as seen in this video. A 2-headed snake was saved from certain death after being discovered by a caring animal lover. The unusual snake was discovered in the garden of a retired man from a small village just outside of Zagreb, Croatia. A 2-headed Motelly Citron Reticulated Python with a weight of up to 200 pounds hatched. What kind of lunacy is that? Check it out, it's for real. A 2-headed copperhead snake was discovered slithering through a flowerbed in Virginia. The snake's 2 heads share a heart and lungs, according to experts at the wildlife center where it resides. A mother of 3 has given birth to twins. She's given a 2-headed western rat snake the names File and Gumbo. The snake is not venomous. The Fanatic brings you all the best content you want to see when it comes to the animal kingdom. If you want to see the latest confrontations between animals and the best animal videos, please subscribe now. We post new videos every day for your entertainment. Number 14. Giant Wetapunga. Grasshopper. Wetas are nighttime grasshoppers with exceptionally long antennae. The Wetapunga is one of the world's largest insects and the heaviest of the 11 gigantic Weta species. It is the world's heaviest bug, weighing up to 2.5 ounces. The body of an adult female Wetapunga can grow to be 4 inches long. When its armored spiky legs are extended out, the insect can grow to be 7 inches long. Males are typically smaller than females. The life cycle of a Wetapunga is like that of other Weta species, lasting slightly longer than 2 years. Many animals prey on them, including cats, rats, pigs, hedgehogs, birds, tortugas, and lizards. Before humans arrived on the island, bats were the only warm-blooded creatures in the New Zealand ecosystem. Wetas of all kinds thrived in this haven. Native Polynesian islanders first visited the New Zealand islands between 1,000 and 2,000 years ago. They brought along the Polynesian rat. It quickly became a Weta predator. When European settlers first arrived on the islands in the 17th century, they brought a diverse range of animals with them. They cleared the woods for lumber and farming, and New Zealand's landscape was forever changed. Rodents, deer, goats, pigs, and opossums quickly engulfed underdeveloped areas. Over the 200 years since the European settlers arrived, more than 80% of New Zealand's natural vegetation has vanished. Way to go! Number 13. Two-legged dogs. Duncan, the famous two-legged dog, sparked a nationwide search after being thrown from his master's truck in a traffic accident. But he has ever grown more famous since then. Look at how fast Duncan can run on his 2 front legs on a beach. What an amazing dog. Faith the walking dog was born with all odds stacked against her. She was rejected by her mother, couldn't walk, and her owner was told by multiple veterinarians that she would be put down. Her owner, on the other hand, had faith in the little puppy and patiently taught her to walk on her 2 hind legs. On one of their family outings, these people came across a 2-legged dog who walked as if he had 4 legs. They'd seen 3-legged dogs before, but never one with only his 2 front legs. Remarkable. Deuce, like any other dog who enjoys being outside, sprints around the yard, except for a rare full-body wipeout when he takes a corner too quickly. The pup appears completely oblivious to the fact that half of his limbs are missing. While sprinting, strolling, sniffing around, and doing other canine things, Deuce balances on his right side. Without a doubt, he is the fastest dog on 2 legs. He truly is a miracle. Within 24 hours of having both his front and back legs removed, he was up and moving around. When the yellow mixed dog breed was discovered thrown in a ditch in eastern Kentucky, his legs were severely fractured and diseased. Vets tried to save his legs, but they were too badly damaged. Today, the rambunctious canine sprints across the yard to greet curious onlookers, pausing for a back scratch once he's finished displaying his lightning-quick agility. A crippling Chihuahua refuses to let anything prevent him from living a normal, playful puppy life. Daffodil was discovered abandoned in a cardboard box on the streets by a kind stranger, who took the neglected dog to a nearby rescue shelter. Due to a congenital forelimb abnormality, this little puppy's front paws never fully developed. The quick-thinking vet staff fitted Daffodil with custom-made wheels, and with a little practice, the puppy was able to walk and run. Number 12. Golden Seahorse. It wasn't enough to have opulent goods encrusted with diamonds and gold. For those who could afford it, the popular luxury craze wore off quickly. The Vietnamese market, on the other hand, discovered a way to literally bring it back to life. 108 living gold seahorses are the first genetically modified animals in Vietnam. The striped glittering seahorses are still only about the size of matchsticks at their current age of less than 2 weeks, but their value will grow as they grow larger. They're still insignificant, but they're worth their weight in gold. They were created at Vietnam National University's College of Science using the gene-shooted method. GFP, a light-emitting gene extracted from jellyfish, was fused with small gold grains. The gold granules were then implanted into seahorse egg cells. The gold was combined with jellyfish genes and absorbed into the cells of the seahorses, causing them to glisten as they grew. They intend to test these procedures on other creatures now that the seahorse experiment has been successful. The desire for gold, luxury, and sparkles, as well as the desire for the one-of-a-kind, is growing, so these gleaming animals may take off. Number 11. White Alligator. Thousands of large toothy reptiles live in Florida's preserve. This white alligator is Cirrus, and it is now on display in Reptiland, where people can see the stunning American albino alligator. Pearl, a 10-year-old female, has recently come to the forefront of public attention. Pearl's reputation and her nickname stems from a genetic anomaly that caused her entire body to turn white. Pearl is albino, which means her body does not produce melanin, the pigment responsible for the color of skin and scales. Her entire 7.5-foot body shines as white as her keen fangs, except for her eyes, which are tinged pink from the blood vessels showing through. Pearl is the only white alligator in the park, but she isn't the only one. An elderly man named Boya Blanc, originally from Louisiana, is almost as colorless as Pearl, save for a pair of blue eyes. Boya Blanc is not a true albino. He is leucistic, which means he retains some color, like the patchwork dolphins and spotted sharks we've seen before. The green coloration of alligators helps them blend in with their surroundings, while white scales serve as a warning to predators. This may be one of the main reasons why albino animals are so rare. Many of them do not live long lives. Being pale brings with it an additional problem: sensitive skin. Because melanin is necessary for UV protection, animals lacking these pigments may be at risk of skin or eye injury. This is especially dangerous for a reptile that spends a lot of time basking for warmth. White alligators are popular in zoos and aquariums, even though they do not survive in the wild. White Alligator Swamp is the world's largest breeding facility for white alligators. 2 male leucistic alligators, 1 male albino alligator, and 2 female albino alligators are featured in 3 natural exhibits with filtered sunlights. Number 10. Human-faced goats. This strange species was discovered in India. The hideous creature with a human-like face terrified the entire town, and people came from all over to see it. Is this a real creature or a photoshopped image? Your guess is as good as mine. The animal on the floor appears to be a deformed goat, but its face is strange and bears some resemblance to a human. Very gruesome and homely looking human. This goat has the appearance of a cross between a human and a monkey. It has a strange appearance, but it is alive. Look at this goat. It made me take a few seconds to realize it has 2 eyes in the center of its face. I must admit, it is a strange looking animal. A mutant goat with an eerie human face is being worshipped as a god. After being shared on social media, images of the strange beast quickly went viral. The villagers were initially perplexed by this strange animal due to its peculiar face structure, which resembled a cranky old man. They are now claiming the unlucky-looking creature will be worshipped as a god. The goat's owner initially demonstrated his flat-faced goat on video, waving its tail and stumbling around. According to local reports, mutant animals are common in India because many people believe they are a sign from God. The goat is thought to have a cyclopia, a rare congenital abnormality in which genes responsible for facial symmetry fail under normal conditions. Number 9. Bully Whippets. Bully Whippets are not a dog breed, it's just a whippet with muscle growth disorder, and the affected dogs are extremely muscular and athletic. It is caused by a mutation in the MSTN gene, which codes for myostatin, a protein that inhibits muscle growth. Look at this video of Wendy, a super muscular dog. She is healthy and can do anything a normal dog can do, except she has 2 muscles. She is the canine equivalent of Arnold. I mean, look at that dog's abs. Wendy is 3 times the size of non-racing whippets and twice the size of a normal whippet. The bully whippet looks great in these videos, but I'm not sure they're comfortable carrying all that muscle mass around. That's a lot of muscle for such a small skeletal frame to support. I'm no expert, but this is the kind of thing that makes me go, This dog appears to have been inflated with a helium tank. Number 8. Two-faced cat. Frankenlouis, the renowned two-faced cat, was the world's oldest Janus cat according to the Guinness Book of World Records. Domestic cats with two faces are extremely unusual and are named after the Roman god Janus, who is often depicted as having two faces. The animals also don't survive very long owing to health issues caused by their deformities, which makes Frankenlouis' 15-year run more remarkable. Only DNA testing can determine the root of the problem. Janus cats, for example, may have an excess of the sonic hedgehog protein, which helps create an animal's face throughout development. Chick embryos exposed to too much SHH were born with two beaks and eyes that were widely apart in some trials. While cats, both purebred and non-purebred, can suffer from a variety of genetic abnormalities. Specialists do not believe that breeding has a role in the occurrence of Janus cats because the condition is so unusual. Ducey, like most kittens, enjoys playing, eating, and scampering around the house. Ducey, unlike the majority of kittens, has two faces. The kitten was born with diprosopis, or craniofacial duplication, a rare disorder in which she has one head, two mouths, two noses, and four eyes. Unfortunately, Ducey did not live very long. Number 7. Pangolins. At first glance, a pangolin appears to be an armored prehistoric vehicle. This is an odd-looking creature. A creature that resembles an artichoke is the world's most trafficked mammal. When it is alive, the pangolin enjoys eating ants, termites, and larvae. Pangolins do not have teeth, so they eat with their sticky tongues, which can be quite long. The pangolin defends itself by using its scales as a shield, limiting the number of predators who are willing to attack it. The only predators capable of killing the pangolin are leopards, tigers, and lions, as well as humans. This calm animal is at the heart of a sophisticated multi-million-dollar supply chain spanning Africa and Asia, managed by criminal syndicate networks. It is prized for the scales it produces, which are used in traditional Chinese medicine. Almost 50 tons of illegal African pangolin scales were seized around the world in 4 months. That's insane! In shipments containing both pangolins and ivory, pangolin scales have now surpassed the volume of ivory. The majority of demand is believed to come from China, where pangolins are eaten, and their scales are used in traditional Chinese medicine. Number 6. Chinese giant salamander. The Chinese giant salamander isn't called a giant for nothing. It gets its name from the fact that it is the world's largest amphibian. This colossal salamander is approximately 6 feet long. This beast also has a very long tail, which accounts for more than 60% of its total length. According to experts, a giant salamander 9 feet long and weighing 150 pounds was purchased at a local market in China. Over 170 million years, the salamander's ancestors diverged from all other amphibians during the Jurassic period. As a result, the gigantic salamander belongs to one of the most evolutionary separated groups in the amphibian tree of life. Because this species is considered a delicacy in China and is used in traditional medicine, the Chinese giant salamander is facing extinction because of habitat loss, water pollution, and overexploitation of wild populations. As a result, the population of this species has declined to the point where it is now classified as critically endangered. Number 5. Hooded greba. The hooded greba was discovered in 1974, so it is relatively young. This bird is a one-of-a-kind and absolutely stunning. With its fashionable orange spiked-up hairdo and black mask-like fur covering its chin, it appears to be getting ready for an Adam Ant concert at first glance. It has beautiful red eyes, a thin white neck, and black and white feathers. Although it is extremely rare to see this bird fly, its wings are almost certainly white. The hooded grebe is primarily found in Patagonia, on Argentina's Atlantic coast. Between October and March, they produce on lakes with aquatic vegetation where they build floating nests. They enjoy eating aquatic invertebrates, which are abundant where they live. Number 4. Pink grasshopper. Pink flamingos arrived first, and now pink grasshoppers have arrived. What will animals not go through to become influencers? It's time to set up a Pinterest account for this grasshopper. Aside from the jokes, if you have red hair and freckles, you know what it's like to be a freak of nature. But did you know that the phenomenon that caused red hair in humans is thought to be a variant of the one that causes strange coloration in other animals? It's called etherism, and it's characterized by a strange reddish coloration of hair, skin, and feathers. It can be caused by nutrition, but it is more commonly caused by a recessive gene mutation, as seen in this lovely grasshopper. Meadow grasshoppers are not native to the United States, preferring to live in Europe and Asia's non-arid grasslands. They basically run wild on the moors and can't be tamed. Being pink, on the other hand, is difficult because they are so visible to predators. These grasshoppers rarely survive to adulthood. The best thing about meadow grasshoppers is if they are scared, they can dive into a pond and cling to the bottom of an aquatic plant for several minutes until the danger has passed. They are, however, visually appealing. Number 3. Two-headed pigs. There are more and more two-headed pigs in the world, and you can see some of them in these videos. The piglets usually have 2 snouts, 2 ears, and a shared eye. Sadly, vets say the rare deformity means these animals will find it difficult to survive. The condition is known as polycephaly, or axial bifurcation. A rare two-headed bull shark was found with the same condition. It is the result of an embryo beginning to split into twins, but the process, for some reasons, is stopped in its early stages. At least these pigs were saved because of their deformity, but in this case, maybe the slaughterhouse was a better option. I personally think they should be euthanized for their own sake, because it is truly not a way to go through life. Number 2. Two-headed fish. This two-headed fish, which looks like a catfish, is interesting because the heads are not stuck together. They are positioned at each extremity of the body, which doesn't make it as weird looking, but I'm guessing when each head tries to swim forward, it pulls the other one the wrong way, so I guess the fish never advances. This little two-headed fish looks weird, but at least he can probably swim in the direction he wants to. This fish is scary. It has 2 mouths and a few eyes, so it's fair to say this fish wasn't lucky at birth. You can see how much trouble this fish has swimming, so I guess fish born this way should be euthanized. Number 1. Four-legged duck. You might think you've gone insane, but your eyes aren't playing tricks on you. This little duckling has 4 legs. White-feathered crows and crows with 2 heads have been reported, but a duckling with 4 legs has never been seen before. Stumpy, as he's been nicknamed, is a yellow and fluffy as they come. But he has 2 distinguishing features: 2 extra legs. When told about the 4-legged duck, bird experts claimed that they had never heard of one and assumed it was a hoax. This duckling may not be able to survive in the wild due to his extra limbs, but he should do well in a domestic setting because he is well cared for. He is, without a doubt, 1 in a million. Even though Donald the duckling was born without legs, he is expected to live a typical ducky life on a farm. His owner claims she's never seen anything like it, or even anything close to it. She's always had animals, but this is her first experience with anything like this. Some of these poor animals were difficult to look at. My favorite has to be the pangolin. This animal looks like an armored truck. Which one was your favorite? Why don't you let us know in the comments below? Well, that's our countdown of 15 animals that are born only once in 1,000 years. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like and let us know in the comments what you think. Check out our other videos and subscribe to be part of the fun. Click on the notification icon so you can see our new videos as soon as they're uploaded. That's it for now.